Guys, welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be playing Stalker and Yandere. So, let's get to it. What's my name? I'm gonna go with Jinx, because I like that name. That's my name, I believe. Yes, that's my name. With a sigh, I open my textbook. I've got an important test tomorrow and I haven't done anything yet. It might be getting late, but I really have to study now. I have to focus. I have to learn this stuff before I go to bed. Even though my parents aren't home tonight and I've got the whole house to myself. Even with all the temptation and no one to check on me, I have to study. I have to get a passing grade for this exam or I'm screwed. But the temptation, it's so tempting. No, I cannot let my mind wander off again. Once I look out the window, I won't be able to concentrate on this damn boring textbook anymore. Just a peek couldn't hurt though. Is what I said last night. But once I actually take that peek, I will do it again and again and again. And under no circumstances should I look out the window and at my senpai. How many lines have I read so far? Damn it, I can't concentrate on this damn book, even when I don't look. Then why not take a quick peek? Slowly I glance to my right and look out the window, careful not to be seen peeking. He's right there, casually leaning against the wall while smoking a cigarette. He's right there where he always is, my senpai. I don't know his favorite color. I don't know what food he likes. I don't even know his name. But I know he's always there, standing vigilant. Senpai is such a handsome, rugged man. He looks so strong and tough, and he always has that manly, unshaven look. But what I like most about him are his eyes. His eyes are like mirrors to his soul. Every time I walk past him to school, he looks at me with those piercing eyes. Other men quickly look away when I meet their gaze, but senpai looks back at me with confidence. He doesn't avoid making eye contact, he seeks it, and he doesn't look away until he gets it. As you can see, senpai always wears cool urban jackets, long ones that look old and worn with plain clothes underneath them. Senpai doesn't care about what other people think of his style. He wears it with confidence. But I do know what he looks like underneath them. In the summer, senpai wore more revealing clothes like t-shirts, and I could see his muscles. Senpai's very buff. He's no fatty underneath that jacket. What lewd thoughts I'm having. If senpai knew what I was thinking right now. I was actually worried when it started to become winter. Senpai was always there in the summer, but I thought the winter nights might be too cold for him. So I was relieved to see that my fears weren't true. Even in the coldest of winters, he would stand there until late in the night. Just stand there doing nothing. Some nights he even stayed there past midnight before leaving. In fact, I've never seen him leave before. When I can't sleep, I take a peek outside, he's gone. But when I'm staying up late to study, he's still there, no matter how late it gets. Sometimes I pretend he stands there until I turn off the lights in my room. Wouldn't that be romantic? I mean, I haven't seen him disprove my theory yet. Focus. Jinx, you've got an exam tomorrow. If you get distracted by senpai tonight, your grades are going to drop again. Your parents are already pissed about it. No need to make it worse, and maybe senpai would be disappointed too. No, he wouldn't. Senpai doesn't care about those things like grades or school. He loves me for who I am, not who they want me to be. Senpai is a real bad boy. No one tells him what to do, who he should be. If he wants to wear those clothes, he will. If he wants to hang around at a street corner, he doesn't have to explain himself. If he wants to stay there past midnight, he does. No matter if the people scoff at him and ask him to leave, no, senpai wouldn't mind me having a naughty side myself. I mean, I would like to get good grades and become a nurse someday, but he wouldn't love me any less if I wouldn't. Although I wouldn't mind patching him up after he got into a fight, taking off his shirt to see the wounds and bruises, running my hands over his sore muscles and feeling the tension flow out of them under my touch, applying bandages and cleaning his wounds so my senpai wouldn't get an infection. How romantic. Senpai getting into a fight to defend my honor against some shameless street punks and me getting to take care of him in return. And that's what I think he's doing here right now. I mean, senpai has been to be standing here for a reason, right? He must be vigilant, watching the streets for any sign of danger. Oh, if he would only patrol them just for me. Wouldn't that be romantic? So, senpai, why do you stand there every night, standing near my window, staring nowhere? I mean, I've seen you glance my way before. I wonder if senpai watched me while I was changing. I never really changed in plain sight. I don't want to scare him off or seem like a slut after all. But senpai could see me take off my clothes if he tried. I wonder if he ever saw it. I look at him quite often, but never when changing. I get so flustered, I can't get myself to look out the window and look. That would be too lewd. I mean, what if he didn't happen to glance my way when I was in nothing but my underwear? If our eyes would meet while I'm half naked, I would lose it. So embarrassing. And I would have to react too. If I wouldn't immediately cover myself up, he would think I'm some slut who likes to be seen naked. I don't want senpai to think that way about me. But if I were to cover myself up and scream, he might think I don't want him to look at me, that he invaded my privacy, that I would think of him as a pervert, that he's not good enough for me. That would be even worse. So I can't get myself to look his way while changing. Does he look at me? I don't know. I can't know. But I would like to know. Am I pretty enough for him? Does he like looking at me? No. I can't think of senpai like that, like he's some ordinary perv. Surely he's not just here to watch me undress while having lewd thoughts himself. I mean, is he? Is senpai always standing there just to look at me, to watch me through the window until I close the drapes? Wouldn't that be romantic? That he's been standing there so many nights just to see me? Just imagine he braved the freezing winter nights and scorching summer days just to watch me. No, it can't be. I mean, I'm not nearly pretty enough to be noticed by someone as handsome as senpai, much less being obsessed over. I should just forget about senpai for now and focus on my homework. Tomorrow's test is a very important one. I think I've studied enough for today. Enough for a passing grade, at least. I'm sure of that. What to do now? My parents aren't home today, so I've got the entire house to myself. I could watch TV all night, or play video games, or chat with my friends on Hype, or maybe I could approach senpai. I mean, my parents aren't home right now. They wouldn't see us together. Daddy doesn't want me anywhere near senpai. He thinks of senpai as some good-for-nothing troublemaker. But Daddy isn't around right now. If I were to approach senpai and ask him in for some coffee, we would be all alone, undisturbed, and my parents won't be coming home for another few hours at least. But what if senpai doesn't like me? What if I scare him off when I approach him and ask him to come inside? What if he's not interested in me at all? Do I want my heart to be broken? Right now, I can at least pretend that senpai might like me. If senpai were to reject me, I would die of embarrassment on the spot. No, I mustn't think like that. Senpai is a good person deep inside. I know it. Even if he doesn't want to be with me, he won't be harsh when he's rejecting me. I'm sure he's tender and understanding underneath his tough exterior. He'll make sure my feelings aren't hurt too bad. Even if he doesn't like me, Senpai will let me down easily. I'm sure of it. But should I? Oh, we're gonna do it. I should try it. If I don't do anything myself, I have no right to expect anything to change. I've got to be bold. But first, I've got to rehearse what I'll say to him. If I don't, I'm sure my mind would be blank the moment I open my mouth. I wouldn't want to stutter and end up saying nothing. Alright, I can do this. Tonight, I will do this. Slowly, I approach Senpai. He's already spotted me and curiously looks at me with his sexy, piercing gaze. I stop just a few steps away from him and try to look him in the eye. Hi. Why, hello there. What are you doing out here? Didn't your parents teach you not to go outside after dark? I'm sorry. But I was wondering, it's kind of cold outside and you've been standing here. So maybe... What are you mumbling about? Would you like to come inside for some coffee? Oh. You don't want to? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. I'll leave you alone now. Quickly, I turn around to hide my flushed cheeks and dash back home. Hey, wait. Senpai? You're inviting me in for coffee? I stop dead in my tracks and slowly turn around to Senpai. I am. And your parents are okay with that? They're not home right now. Is that so? Alright, I could use some coffee. Really? Sure, lead the way. He said yes. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That's a lot of those and I am not doing that. He said yes. Okay, follow me. I walk back home trying to act cool. It's tougher than it should be. Butterflies are fluttering in my stomach, my heart is beating in my throat, and my whole face feels hot. It's taking all of my concentration just to walk straight. Senpai's going to be in my house. He's going to talk to me. I'm going to know his name. I fumble with the keys trying to unlock the door, and awkwardly giggle as I notice I'm jamming the wrong key into the lock. Damn it, why didn't I leave the door open? This is so embarrassing. Finally, I manage to open the door and invite Senpai in. He laughs at me as he walks in. I guide him into the living room and he sits down on the sofa. I'll go make us some coffee. Actually, I don't really like coffee. You got any booze? On second thought, I shouldn't. I shouldn't be drunk for what we're about to do. Senpai lets out a confident laugh. Where others would find it intimidating or even ominous how the laugh sounds, his voice makes me weak in the knees. Senpai is such a bold man. And it's a good thing he didn't want any alcohol. I wouldn't want beer breath to ruin our first date. You know what? Fetch me a cola, girl. I nod vigorously and go to the kitchen. I quickly take out a cola and a set of glasses. As I'm pouring the drink, I hear Senpai laugh again from the other room and say something to himself. This will be even easier than I thought. This shouldn't take long. Shouldn't take long. Is Senpai going to be leaving soon? Oh no, did I scare him off somehow? Did I look too pathetic trying to open the door? Maybe Senpai isn't interested in me after all. No, I shouldn't think like that. I can make him stay. He just needs to get to know me, and I can make him love me. I enter the living room and hand Senpai his cola before sitting down myself. So, quick, think of something to talk about. Break the ice. What do you do for a living? You know, stuff. Stuff. I don't really like to talk about my work, but I've got a hobby I like. A hobby? What is it? Birdwatching. Birdwatching? You've got to stand still in a place for a long time, and you've got to brave a lot of hot and cold nights. But I like doing it. Senpai takes a large sip of his cola before continuing. I've followed a few birds around before, and right now I'm after this little red-headed bird. real looker too, but she only shows brief glimpses of herself every so often. But to an avid bird watcher like me, those brief glimpses are all worth it. You sound really enthusiastic about your hobby. That's strange. Senpai is always standing at the street corner. When does he have time to go bird watching? Oh, God. Hold on. Wow. Okay. Let's keep going here. Does he go bird watching when I'm at school? But when does he work then? Or is he a professional bird watcher? Is there even such a thing? Although that does explain why he's always carrying around those binoculars. He must come here straight from the park or the fields. For a long time, I thought this little red-headed bird didn't even notice me, that she didn't even know I was there or pretended not to see me. I'm not sure I like the way Senpai's talking about birds. It's like he thinks of them as people, and bird watching isn't really a masculine sport either. Did I misjudge how cool Senpai is? But then this little red-headed bird suddenly looked at me, flew over, and invited me right into her nest. The little bird must not have known she invited a snake. When you invite a snake into your nest, it's only natural it will eat all your eggs. I'm confused. What the hell is Senpai babbling about? Talking birds and snakes? Is his actual hobby writing children's stories, or is he trying to convert me into some crazy internet religion? I don't understand what you mean. What eggs, and why would you be a snake? You don't look like a snake to me. Are you a role player or something? No. The nest and the eggs symbolize your house and virginity, and to hell with this cryptic nonsense. You invited me into your house for coffee while your parents were away. It's almost as if you wanted me to take advantage of you. Take advantage of me? Do you mean... That's right. I'm going to... Yeah, we're not going there. I'm gonna grape shape. I'm feeling a bit woozy. Is the room spinning? I quickly grab Senpai's glass from his hand before he drops it and put it back on the table. Then I take a moment to admire how cute Senpai is when he's sleeping. Senpai, that roofie I put in your cola sure took a long time to take effect. Your metabolism must be really strong. I expect no less from you, my manly prince. Although you were acting a bit strange before you fainted. Snakes and birds. I didn't know roofies made someone hallucinate and ramble before they're knocked out. Anyway, I should move you before you wake up. I can't keep you here. Daddy would be pissed if he found you in his house. He really doesn't like you, I'm afraid. But that's okay. I love you, and in time you'll learn how to love me too. But what will I do with you in the meantime? Daddy will be real angry if he sees you in his house. I know. I'll put you in that storage unit I have, just until you wake up and learn how to love me. I'm sure you'll do so in no time. You won't be stubborn like the last one, would you, Senpai? You won't break my heart, right? Because I would hate to have to pierce yours. No, I'm sure you won't disappoint me, Senpai. You'll learn how to love me, and then I'll move in with you and we'll live happily ever after. Doesn't that sound wonderful, Senpai? Okay, that was good. That was really good. I like that. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and you'll stop by for the next one. See you later. Bye-bye.